This is a 4chan conspiracy theory now made mainstream. It has gone from 4chan to Good Morning America. There's a pipeline all the way down, and that is because of Shoe0nHead. So because of the work of Shoe0nHead and what she's done here, like at a certain point, do you not just take a step back and go, oh, yeah. And like Mother Merrick said, these things distract people from actual child abuse. Because, oh God, are people mad on the internet? Oh God, are people now thinking that Wayfair cabinets are actually used to transport kids? That the Democratic Party is a party of pedophiles? That Hillary Clinton actually meant pedophile when she said pizza? When she said pizza. I have, and this is purely because, you know, I've interacted with Shoe a lot, usually critically. Especially the last couple of years, but I've usually done it from a very, in my opinion, respectful place, because part of my project being that I don't want Shoe and her massive audience to suddenly go full to the right, which it kind of seems like that's what they've been doing, flirting with. It's better for, I would say, the world if Shoe0nHead is not a full-on right-winger, but she has certainly been at the forefront of really fucked up shit happening to the LGBTQ plus community, not to mention all the extreme racism of the past, but like, again, I like leaving the door open for people who want to change on their extreme racism and fucked up takes and then come around. But anyways, yesterday she tweets this out. Too late, he did it and unfollowed me, just like Contra, the Serfs, and Hunter. All of them over pedo shit. Normal and cool. Not going to stop me from talking about it. So, for the record, because I know the exact moment that I did it, I unfollowed Shoe0nHead when she lied and put this narrative out there. I don't like being gaslit about how totally not weird this is. This went from this to Tucker Carlson and then exploded onto the scene, using this photo to deceptively make it look like these kids are getting lap dances, that it's not going to lick itself in full broadcast. We've gone over this a billion times. The logo is the same logo that's being used in an ice cream store that no one's ever complained about down the street. Even that being said, I was like, well, if they were going to host this event, if nothing but for the optics, you should probably cover that sign up, because boom, this has made a perfect Shoe0nHead bait situation. And then, of course, deceptively putting this, they were playing musical chairs. By the way, this was not kids getting lap dances. This was kids playing musical chairs because it's an event for children. But anyways, it keeps everyone nice and scared of those evil, you know, queers that are coming for your kids. It's always the gays, I tells you. Anyway, she deleted this tweet and apologized. And I unfollowed her because I was sick of this shit. I was sick of having this stuff in my timeline. That's why I unfollowed her. So for her after the fact to be like, it was for pedo shit. No, you're lying. Unless you think this is pedophile stuff. Again, you've gone full circle and you're back to thinking this is a pedo event where they are sexually molesting kids. If that's what you think is happening here, well, then that's changed. But you should probably delete the other tweets where you took this one down and apologized for making this, you know? It's that was the thing that happened. Also, the year before, she was like, Big Joel was arguing the notion that exposing kids to the concept of adult sexuality is inherently predatory, harmful, or toxic is really odd in the face of it. In my opinion, seems obscure the actual structures of abuse and power that victimize kids IRL. I'm dying on the hill that children should not be anywhere near adult-themed shit, whether that be drag shows or kink. And if the Overton window is shifted so far that I'm a reactionary for this take, then so be it. I think you just have a lot of hang-ups about people in drag, and you think drag is this like this hypersexual orgy style show where, like, you know, the drag queen comes out and everyone like drops their pants and then all of a sudden they all just circle up and everyone just starts masturbating furiously. I've been to a lot of drag shows. That's unfortunately not the scene at all. It doesn't happen. It never has. I mean, there might be a specific drag show out there where you can get that catered to your wants and needs, but I'm pretty sure that would not be a event for children. For the most part, though, drag shows are overwhelmingly entertaining because it is a mix of stand-up comedy, musical numbers, theatrics, sometimes skits, all that kind of stuff. It's just a really fun show. It's a fun show. And you can also cater to that show to different ages, such as Drag Queen Story Hour, where it's just a man in a wig reading books to kids. And that's it. So for people like Tim Pool and Steven Crowder to come out now and be like, well, this was grooming. Club Q was grooming children. We have to fucking hunt the pedophiles. Here's the wood chipper. That's, by the way, not me exaggerating. That's the things that came out of Tim Pool's fucking brain today, and he decided to broadcast on Maine. Yes, those terms. He used wood chipper twice. This is fucked. It never used to be like this. Like, maybe they were thinking this kind of stuff in the privacy of their own bedrooms, but they would not think to amplify or spend a whole day tweeting this shit on Maine. That's like, this is new. These are some of the biggest, if not, oh, sorry, Steven Crowder is the biggest. So these are the biggest political channels on YouTube. YouTube is completely fine with them broadcasting to everybody, yeah, we're taking up arms to kill pedophiles. We're justifying the slaughter of innocent LGBTQ plus people because these are groomers. This is a pedophile institution. We're there now. That's where we've gone into the timeline, you know? The same stuff that I was warning everyone about a while ago. This is Nazi shit. You see how it accelerates? You see how it keeps going? At one point, this is suddenly normalized. At the next point, this is suddenly normalized. And now every single right-wing pundit thinks it's totally fine just to call gay people groomers, to call trans people groomers, asexual people groomers. You know, it's like they don't care anymore. Like that is normalized amongst them. And now they've moved on to, well, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's a good thing that people are being shot, but it's kind of a fuck around and find out situation. Know what I mean? I mean, it's just kind of, to me, if you're gonna groom children and advertise it, it's likely someone might show up and kill you all. That's all I'm gonna say. That's where we're at now. Now, this is a bit of a spicy take. Not everyone's going this far, you know. Like even Ben Shapiro's kind of like, but enough of them are. Steven Crowder's fucking totally fine with it. Tim Pool's totally fine with it. You know, the Blaze Media, a whole bunch of them. I'm sure Elijah Schaffer is fucking, this is like Christmas come early for him. It's fucked, to be totally honest. And by the way, something else about Shoe that I also wanted to point out, because she did this the other day. Shoe0nHead recently went after the medically assisted suicide program in Canada, and this one made the rounds. This one was all over, not just right-wing circles. And by the way, the stiff, it all originates on 4chan. There is a pipeline no one has identified, but someone will very shortly, and I'm not going to expose or ruin their surprise, but let's just say there's a pretty strong pipeline between 4chan conspiracy theories, right-wing conspiracy theories, alt-right conspiracy theories, and then popping up in certain places, those people then amplifying them on the Twitters and what have you, Shoe0nHead, and then it appears on Tucker Carlson tonight, and then it's mainstream. The centipede works all the way through to Shoe. And this one, by the way, this is a true fucking fucked up story. There is the true story of an individual who had to choose between, he doesn't want to be homeless because he's on severe disability. The act of being homeless and being disabled to him is a fate worse than death. So he asked the medically assisted suicide program of Canada if they would help him commit suicide. That is a true story that happened, and it's fucked. The fucked up part of that story is that we have failed that person in not providing them housing and disability resources. That's where we fucked up. Not that there is a humane way for people to be able to kill themselves if they're in extreme pain. And guess what? In this specific example, he never got approved by 2 doctors. So it's not going through. He's not going to be allowed to use medically assisted suicide. But it's fucked up that you would frame it this way, as if the problem is the program itself. Like, the problem is that this program is being used by Canadians to fucking liquidate the poors. Neoliberalism, capitalism, is what is causing this, not the medically assisted suicide program. Like, the fact that we don't have a welfare state, that someone is choosing and wanting to die over being homeless is the fucking problem. That's what needs your voice. That's what needs your amplification. That's what needs your fucking broadcast signal to put out there. But now, a whole bunch of people are super mad at the medically assisted suicide program. That's what they're all angry at. They're like, oh, the system is just there to kill the poor. Shoe0nHead sent me here. And by the way, Shoe0nHead's source that she used, Why is Canada Euthanizing the Poor?, is from a transphobic organization in Canada called, I kid you not, the Real Women of Canada. It's a hardcore anti-trans forced birth fucking organization. Half their shit is about how abortion is murder. The other half is how trans women aren't women. That's their thing, okay? This was the source that was being used. Great work. Awesome. Abortion kills the helpless little human beings growing in the womb because she is an inconvenience. This is the source. This is from the fucking article. Here's other articles they have. Transgenderism is collapsing. There are signs that transgenderism is collapsing because it has at least been properly examined. Like, goddamn. She deceptively edits 1 minute of the news report that she put into this to make it look like the medically assisted suicide program is killing poor people. The problem is a failure of the adequate housing and disability resources, aka neoliberalism, not the fact the guy is trying to choose death rather than be homeless. Because you know how I know that? He said it himself in that news article that you cut out. Here's the part.
While he doesn't want to die, he wants to have the choice.
At the end of the day, it's a personal decision.
City News.
it's not the medically assisted suicide program that he has a problem with. It's not forcing him to die. That program being in place, he's actually thankful for. He says it. If you didn't cut it out at the 1 minute mark where it makes it look as if this program is killing poor people, you would have gotten there. But he is actually forward this program existing because it's giving him the option, but he never got it, but he thinks he's getting the option to be able to use it rather than have to shoot himself in the face or something else like that. That's what is going on here. So it is so incredibly fucked up for you to have done this and to frame it this way. Like everything about this is just massive yikes. And even if the most ardent shoe defenders are going to come out right now and be like, well, maybe she didn't know that source was from there. Maybe she just saw it on like a different place or a website. Okay, you have a responsibility when you have millions of followers and you have hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers to do your due diligence on this. And if you are corrected, to delete this or issue a correction or be like, oh yeah, I fucked up. I shouldn't have used this really yikesy Real Women of Canada as a source in the story, and I probably shouldn't have framed the whole thing to make it look like the medically assisted suicide program is the cause of all of this, is the problem. It's this program, you see. This program is getting people and killing them because they're poor. They're liquidating the poors. Like this, that trending bar is horrifying. Oh, Twitter. Okay, so if you have the good grace of not being a Twitter addict like myself, and you haven't been on Twitter for the past, I don't know, a couple weeks, it's a very different experience now than it was a couple weeks ago. Allow me to give you a free broadcast of what it's like to have a massive Twitter account that is hate followed by a lot of people. My replies used to have, you know, I would say between maybe 3 to 10 hate replies that would usually be within the range of some people just trying to get under your skin, some people trying to be bad faith arguers and be like, oh, Lance, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, lying again as usual, the actual, you know, stuff like that. Now, it's filling up with, it still has that, but it has, in addition to that, this enormous feeling of like old school 4chaners who have all reactivated these old ass accounts. When you click on them, it's like signed up 2009, haven't used it for like 8 years because they all scattered because they thought that this was like some liberal fucking institution, SJW run, you know, social media platform. And suddenly they've had the old tip of the hat because Daddy Elon is like, oh yeah, don't worry, the bird is free. Free for the transphobes, free for the alt-right, free for the neo-reactionaries, free for the far-right, the neo-Nazis, the crypto-Nazis, the crypto-fash, the real fash, KKK, David Duke, you name it. Everyone's coming back. Everyone. Yeah, you get a cesspool. Enjoy. And then I'll scroll for a little while, and because it's so glitchy, especially on Android, the Android app is like almost unusable at this point, you'll scroll through this, and then you'll see an ad for something so bizarre. It'll be like the new crypto market of the future, the SLCCC4 or something. Click here, and you click on it, and it doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's already dysfunctional, as in the site is down, but they haven't turned off whatever weird tier they were for advertising. Like, you have to make a bid when you advertise on social media sites. Like, you say, per impression, I will bid 2 cents, 3 cents, and then more people will bid higher amounts, and then they'll say, usually, here's the amount you should bid if you want to see this many impressions, because other people will outbid you. And so there's obviously a triage of people as it goes down, and now we're getting the absolute gutter trash. I'm guessing some accounts that still have, like, advertising things on that haven't like hit pause and forgot about it years later, and it's like, oh, they don't even know that all of a sudden that campaign is going, because it's like, oh yeah, we'll take your 2 cents per impression rate or whatever, and then all of a sudden that ad pops up in my timeline. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then they click on it and the website doesn't exist. I'm like, this is just, it's wild. I didn't think it would die this way, but it's dying in the weirdest possible sense. It's all bizarre. I gotta upload all the ads I screenshotted. Yeah, please, we gotta start doing that. Do a thing. Musk is banning a bunch of small account leftists on Twitter. I saw the John Brown book club got roasted. I was gonna do a thing on that later. But anyways, yeah, Shoe fucking sucks. That's all I'll say. She's fine throwing fellow queer people like, you know, me, ContraPoints under the bus if it's going to get more likes from reactionaries in her audience. So, Good Morning America, one of the largest programs for morning news in the entire country. And look at this, a top tier story brought to you by the internet.
Now with our GMA cover story, and the popular luxury brand Balenciaga is under fire It's a recent ad campaign with children. Janae Norman has those details for us. Good morning, Janae.
Good morning and happy birthday, Robin.
Thank you.
So Balenciaga is known for its edgy designs, the brand often pushing the envelope, but critics are accusing the brand now of crossing the line in this latest campaign.
This morning, fashion house Balenciaga, a favorite of stars like Kim Kardashian and celebrated in songs by Lizzo and Cardi B,
I like those Balenciagas.
facing backlash, accused of sexualizing children in a controversial new ad campaign. The luxury brand now apologizing for these photos showing little girls in Balenciaga sweatsuits with plush bears and what appeared to be BDSM-inspired harnesses, and these uncovered documents on the desk showing an excerpt from the 2008 U.S. Supreme Court opinion, U.S. v. Williams, which upheld the criminalization of pandering of child pornography. We sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused. Our plush bear bags should not have been featured with children in this campaign.
Now, hey, I'm not here to defend massive fucking corporations, especially fashion corporations. It does nothing for me. It has zero effect. I will never pay like fucking thousands of dollars for something that I know is like $20 worth of material. I can't. It does not compute. I've never understood it. It's not a part of my life. Never will be. I'm not one of those people. So I'm not here to defend them. I'm also not here to defend fucking marketing campaigns where it's just like, did no one at any point feel that like this was a bad idea? Did no one at any point be like, what can we do to enhance this entire thing? Why don't we put the Supreme Court decision in the corner? Why don't we do this? Why don't we add like maybe some kind of things that people could associate with BDSM on the teddy bears? Oh yes, great ideas. Like did no one at any point raise their voice or concern and be like, this? I mean, I don't want to be the one to say this, but there could be weirdos on the internet who look at the imagery and the things that we're doing here and think that we actually have an entire pedophile ring and that the only way to stop pedophilia is to actually go on, like, as if, the satanic panic kind of stuff. That could happen if we have this specific combination of things. Maybe not a good idea. I don't know. I don't know if anyone are going to see this and they're going to be like, I wasn't going to buy a handbag yesterday, but now that I've seen that specifically, I kind of want it. Yeah.
That the documents in the Adidas partnership, including a featured page from a child pornography lawsuit, was unapproved.
People with responsibility should be eyeing these campaigns. Clearly, whoever was in charge at Balenciaga failed at this.
Critics sounding off on social media. One writing, I understand that a lot of Balenciaga's marketing is the shock factor of it all, but this is just disgusting. The luxury label, aligned with many big names, including Bella Hadid and Nicole Kidman, who are a part of the brand's Spring 2023 line, has since removed those controversial images from its site.
Everything about the picture will attract a child to it. There's a toy, there's another child, which is why I really think this can be so, damaging.
And Balenciaga also says of those documents shown with the bag from their Adidas partnerships that they're taking legal action against parties responsible for the set. And it's worth mentioning that both of those companies, Balenciaga and Adidas, were just in headlines cutting ties with Ye over his controversial remarks. Guys.
Cool stuff. Anyways, back to Shoe0nHead. So, yeah, again, I'm never going to defend a massive fucking fashion industry corporation. I'm also not going to defend whoever thought that was a good idea. Like, did none of you clue in? This is fucking weird ass shit. Why are you doing this? By the way, if you have a massive platform, should you be directing that massive platform to stopping something you care about? What do you care about? I care about hunting pedophiles. I hate pedophilia. I want to stop the pedos. Okay, cool. So then, if that's what you want to do, here's the things you got to go after. Gotta go after, again, straight cis men. They are the pedophiles. The vast majority of them, they're straight cis men. Those are the people. You got to go after people who are doing it to friends and family, because again, those are overwhelmingly, statistically, the people who are committing acts of pedophilia. If you want for organizations of pedophilia, if you want to go after entire groups that are going after children on a mass scale, the Catholic Church, good place to start. Another place would be beauty pageants, another very good place to start. Those are just some examples of ways in which you could target this. Child marriages. This is a huge problem in America. This is happening on a much more massive scale than children being inside Wayfair cabinets. Or that this organization here, as part of their coded thing, was trying to turn people or lure people into pedophilia. and get everyone real like, whoa, it's true. Look, picture of child, and then that documenting corner. They're trying to turn people into trying to lure people into, they're trying to capture, like, you are providing cover for pedophiles if you make everyone concerned about things that are just so conspiratorial in nature. Don't get me wrong, I'm never going to fucking defend that ad campaign. Gross. What is wrong with you? Like, who thought that was a good idea? At the same time, this is what Shoe0nHead does. It's like, hey, I'm sick and tired of being gaslit about how this is, how about not normal this is. And it's like, this is a drag event. Once again, you have a lot of hangups about drag. I don't know what it is about guys wearing wigs that you are so fucking terrified over, but for some reason, you hate drag. Okay, fine. But why do you have to make that into a thing that also throws fellow queer people under the bus? Why do you have to make that into a thing where everyone else is kind of like, are we all unsafe now? You know, kind of situation at the end of the day. Fact-checking Twitter's absurd Balenciaga conspiracy theory. Balenciaga might have left Twitter, but it doesn't stop users on the site from dissecting the luxury brand's every move. On November 21, June Nicole Lapine, better known as Shoe0nHead, took to Elon Musk's Twitter to imply that the luxury fashion label is conspiring to exploit children, a baseless claim rendered even more preposterous by the YouTuber's reasoning. She begins by highlighting a few photos from Balenciaga's holiday gifting campaign, which starred child models clutching the brand's hardness-clad teddy bear bags, accessories which debuted at the Balenciaga's Paris Fashion Week and a runaway presentation. While some have objected to Balenciaga's decision to place the BDSM-inspired bags in the hands of young kids, the isolated campaign isn't indicative of a wider conspiracy. Still, Lapine builds her case by erroneously linking the images to photos from an entirely separate campaign promoting Balenciaga's collaboration with Adidas. Oh, they're two separate ones. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's how we form conspiracy. You fool people. You don't be honest about what you're doing, and then you tell them, by the way, this is all the same thing. Said photograph features collaborations with 3 Stripes handbag atop a pile of very official-looking documents. Upon zooming in, one of those documents is revealed to be a document from the United States versus even Good Morning America fucked this one up. Just ran with it. Wow. Upon zooming in, one of the documents was revealed to be a comment from the United States versus William, a Supreme Court ruling that upheld the PROTECT Act, a federal law that criminalizes advertising, promoting, presenting, or distributing child pornography. Completely separate campaign, by the way, in a list of things. And is this one offensive? Is it offensive to have the bag on top of something where it's like, hey, by the way... How can you do that and leave this up for 2 days? Good Morning America! Is there a single journalist who works there? Holy shit! How did this one pass underneath? A bizarre choice in set dressing? Absolutely. Yeah, y'all are being weird and edgy. We do not know as to why we are doing this idea, but I think it will be very, controversial to put this in the middle of everything. Definitive proof that, as Lapine suggests, Balenciaga is hinting at something unlawful? Hardly. You got 2 separate things. Again, if you want to have a problem and say out loud, it's kind of weird that they did this thing where they had the kids with the teddy bears. I think that's inappropriate. That's something for you to say, and that would be a fair statement. But then to attach a completely separate ad campaign with those documents in them, and then state that this is direct evidence of pedophilia, well, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think the internet is going to run wild with this? And hell, not just the internet. Good Morning America. Holy shit. She goes on to cite Balenciaga's wiped Instagram feed as further indication that the brand's supposed guilt. Of course, anyone who follows the company knows that it periodically erases its feed. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll disagree with you, high snobiety. I think that they saw what Shoe had done, and then they were like, oh no, she's made a false correlation that people are going to believe. Get rid of it. Delete, you know? Some particularly zealous conspiracy theorists began commenting on Balenciaga's latest post with references to Lapine's claims, which has since garnered tens of thousands of likes and retweets. Balenciaga turned off the comments on his Instagram page and posted a story apologizing for the drama surrounding his holiday gifting campaign. Again, what they should have, like, the thing they have to apologize for is people who found both having the kids and having the teddy bears with what you could say or associate with BDSM style content. That's what they would have to talk about. Not the conspiracy theory that they were also posting that fucking court document in the corner as a way of signaling to the pedophiles or as a way of activating the pedophiles. That's right. We are now doing the pedophile thing. Like, and the thing that pisses me off about all this, and it has to be stressed, is that this runs cover for pedophiles. This is providing protection for real pedos. Real pedos don't have to worry about being caught or being exposed because at the end of the day, everyone is going after drag queens. Everyone is going after Balenciaga. Everyone is going after fucking internet rumors, you know, at the same time. 2 hours later, Balenciaga posted a follow-up story addressing those court documents peeking out from the underneath of the Adidas bag. A swift response may have prompted by the Kanye West controversy. It only escaped a month prior. We are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set, including unapproved items on our Spring 23 campaign photo shoot. While attempting to bind Philippines' salacious plotline, she presents zero evidence that she implies Balenciaga is actually tied up in a sort of Epstein-esque child abuse ring. Also misinformed, her claim that the photo featuring a copy of the United States vs. Williams is part of the same campaign featuring Balenciaga's teddy bears, which, by the way, are costumed more like 80s punk than leather fetishists. Just getting worse. Of course, she's not just doing what the internet does best, making mountains out of molehills in the name of clicks. Hey, we all do it at the very least. She'd get her facts straight. Guess what? It was on Tucker Carlson, it was on Good Morning America, it's made the rounds, but there's more. Because now people are running wild with it. Look at this. Tweets from bot-checked Twitter accounts. Oh my God. Balenciaga, it gets worse. Now, I cannot go through this thread because I have looked at this thread, okay? I pre-looked at it, but it has, well, they have blurred out some of the other things here, more conspiracy theories. Related to the fact that in a different Balenciaga shoot, there is a book by Michel Bourman. Michael Borman? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not familiar with the author. The author. But in this specific case, there is passages by this same author in other books that they have that show pictures of degenerate shit, of demons, of children, of other shit. And look, why would they have chosen to put that specific book on that desk, if not because they were signaling to the pedophile cabal? Like, the internet is now doing the thing. It's the new QAnon. Balenciaga is actually a secret pedophile cult that has been doing this all along. Thank you, Shoe0nHead. You fucking brilliant. Well done. Pretty wild. I admit, I reacted quickly because the GMA narrating the story sounded pretty fucking horrible. How fucking dare Good Morning be so irresponsible? Well, hey, that's why you don't tune to Good Morning America. You stay here, where Lance can fact check you in real time and or correct himself when he is dramatically and grossly wrong, which I do because I am dramatically and grossly wrong sometimes. So that's a good thing. Hey, by the way, olive branch to Shoe0nHead. Shoe, maybe delete your tweets because the world, it seems, is running with your lies right now. It seems like the entire world is like, hey, welcome back to Good Morning America, one of the most popular morning radio shows and news programs. And hey, by the way, we got a story for you. Did you know that there was a secret potential pedophile thing going on here? Look, court documents, handbag. Not gonna say that they happen to be completely different photo shoots, but enough for everyone to be scared. By the way, shout out to Mother Merrick because she was very quick to point out, and she is also a direct victim of sexual assault and child abuse. She has said out loud, this actually distracts people from child abusers, from sexual assaulters. Because if you are making these weird ass conspiracy theories that you are generating, by the way, Shoe, like, and don't get me wrong, I don't think Shoe invented this off the top. She wasn't just one day going through all the Balenciaga ads and being like, wait, I found something. No, she found this shit on right-wing sites and or she heard it from other right-wing people. This is a 4chan conspiracy theory now made mainstream. It has gone from 4chan to Good Morning America. There's a pipeline all the way down, and that is because of Shoe0nHead. So because of the work of Shoe0nHead and what she's done here, like, at a certain point, do you not just take a step back and go, oh, yeah. And like Mother Merrick said, these things distract people from actual child abuse. Because, oh, goddamn, are people mad on the internet? Oh, goddamn, are people now thinking that Wayfair cabinets are actually used to transport kids? That the Democratic Party is a party of pedophiles? That Hillary Clinton actually meant pedophile when she said pizza When she said pizza in her fucking tweets, in her emails, that meant pedophile. We should go to the fucking, the pizza stores. We should go to that and make sure we stop these pedophiles. These cabals of Jewish liberal Hollywood elite pedophiles are actually coming after kids. All this shit is to distract you. It makes people really mad and really angry online because, of course, pedophiles are the worst things any human being could be and target the wrong people. Meanwhile, pedophiles get cover. Pedophiles, like, this is a great day for pedophiles. Gonna say that. This is a great moment in pedophile history. If you happen to be a pedophile, it's like, oh, thank God. Thank God everyone's angry at this fucking fashion designer rather than at the pedophiles. This is a great opportunity for me. Well done.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demmel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.